Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of this segment. So today's a Sunday. Obviously, you know what's happening. We're going to be unpacking everything that has to do with marriage, especially if you're in your 20s. So in today's episode, we will be discussing everything relationships within the marriage. By this, I do not mean you must go cheat on your man. No. By this, I mean the relationships that you're going to form as part of the family. Because automatically, when you get married, you become part of that family, right? If you'd like to get into this conversation with me, do make sure that you subscribe, you hit that like button, and also you turn on your post notifications so that every time I post these type of videos you get notified. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, right? You cannot get married with someone that you do not know their background, right? You need to learn and you need to understand where this person is coming and the type of family he has. That's just my opinion, and I feel it's the right thing to do because you need to know what you're getting yourself into. So I've heard a lot of people say mother-in-laws are evil and sister-in-laws are categorized into two. Sister-in-laws can be your husband's sisters and your fellow sister-in-laws, the people that also got married into the same family as you. Those are your sister-in-laws, right? I think once you now get into this family, you need to now learn how to differentiate, basically, in terms of how you speak, how you carry yourself around certain people. Okay, let's start with your mother-in-law. A lot of people will tell you that mother-in-laws are controlling, mother-in-laws don't want them to succeed, they're always asking for money, which is very true. It does happen, especially for us black people. Like, mother-in-laws always feel entitled to something, and sometimes if you're the one who's mentioning it, you're always seen as the bad guy, because why are you now coming here and saying my mother is always asking for money? Why are you here pointing out things that I know that I was doing before we got married? But I feel like there's a way of raising issues, especially with your husband. You just need to learn how to speak. You just need to learn how to point out things. You don't have to always shout. You don't always have to make it seem like now you are holier than thou. No. I mean, he is the man that he is for you because of that woman. So if now you're coming here and you're just bashing and just being something that he didn't plan to have in his life, you do understand that you're risking your relationship with your husband and with their family as well. Because remember, if you do not have a great relationship with your mother-in-law, you're automatically not going to have a great relationship with your sisters-in-law, especially if there are girls in the family. They'll be like, you can't say that about my mother, you can't do that to my mother. And it's basically going to just be creating conflicts within the family. So I feel like as women, we honestly need to learn how to address things and just sometimes learn to shush. Honestly, sometimes you just have to sit down, watch how things are done, and have an opinion after. Do not try and in the midst of everything, now you want everyone to be on a standstill to listen to you for you to make a point. It's not necessary sometimes. Sometimes you just have to sit down, observe, and then if you don't feel comfortable with what's happening at the moment, take your person to the side and be like, babe, but this is not what we spoke about. Do not make him now feel he married someone he does not know. You're now shouting, you're now banging things, and it's not really necessary. That's the first relationship that I wanted us to talk about. I feel like we need to understand that there's no way that our husbands' mothers are going to be out of our lives unless they are obviously gone. As long as she had a great relationship before you came into the picture, expect her to have an opinion in your marriage. But it shouldn't be a final say, because I mean, she is also married. She also needs to be taking care of her own things, you know? So I feel like you just need to know how to handle all of that out of respect, obviously. But sometimes you don't, not everything deserves a reaction, guys. Like, that's just my motto. Not everything deserves you to be shouting and all of that. Sometimes you just have to keep quiet, and once the storm has settled, then you can say, Mama, I did not like 1 2 3, how can we fix it, in a very respectful manner. This is for mother-in-laws that are willing to listen and that are willing to help you build your family, because there are mother-in-laws out there who are not even on talking terms with their daughters-in-law, which is something, because I've never experienced that, I don't really know how I could even navigate that, you know. But I feel communication is always key, you know. I feel like sometimes you just have to sit down as adults. Yes, you might be seen as a child because I mean, you're in your 20s and you're just like, everyone has an opinion about you, you know. Sometimes you might not even be working and people think you're now utlo ja tjhelete ya bana ba bona in a way, you know. But I think once they know where you stand in terms of how you carry yourself around them, once they see the type of person that you are, they will now learn to respect you and give you a chance to voice out your opinion if it's needed, give you a chance to just be you, because you're now part of the family. Most of the things, or some of the things, require you to have an opinion, to have a say. Okay, so now we're going to move to sisters-in-law. Like I said, sisters-in-law are categorized into two. They could be your husband's sisters and your fellow sisters that you got married into the same family with. Guys, honestly, the squeezer, the little squeezer. And it's not even something that I personally experienced, but I have friends who have told me countless times of how squeezers are just squeezing them, you know. And honestly, it's very sad to get into a family where everyone feels they need to have a say, you know. It's very sad. And I think with sisters-in-law, your husband's sisters, they need to learn to respect you. So your husband is the one who needs to put his foot down and be like, this is my wife. You're not gonna speak to her like she's just letlakalala ko strateng, you know. You're going to address her very nicely and you're going to respect her. And I think from that, they will see and they will learn on how to treat you and how to speak to you, you know, and how to speak about you, especially at the family gatherings. You'll find there are groups within the family where we know that, okay, this group is just for, you know, certain people, and your squeezers might go there and just bash your name and just talk bad about you. So I think your husband needs to be the one who addresses that this is not how you're supposed to even address my wife, and if you do, there are going to be consequences. Not me saying now your husband shouldn't have a relationship with them because now they treat you bad. No, he needs to be the one who puts them in line in order for them to respect you. It's possible to have a great relationship with your sisters-in-law and your brothers-in-law. I feel it goes both ways. You also have to carry yourself in a manner that they will respect you, you know. You're not always on their tongues, you know. Try and be an understanding person. I know it's hard sometimes because Lebona, they will just come out of nowhere and just ask for things that you're just like, huh? Why is she not hustling for herself, you know? Let's make an example. Like let's say your husband's sister has a child, right? So this child is born out of wedlock, and your sister-in-law is always asking your husband for cheleteli pampas. Guys, I feel like at some point it needs to stop. Honestly, like you just have to go to her and tell her that, okay, this is what's going to happen. We also have kids, and we're taking kids to school, we're buying kids. Like, you need to make her understand that you don't always have money, but speak to her in a very respectful manner and make her understand that it's not because you hate her, but it's because you now have responsibilities and you now have things that requires more money than when you were just the two of you, you know. Yeah, I think communication as well here, it's key. It's key, honestly, it is key. And the manner of how we address things is also important, because sometimes people get angry because you're shouting, you know. People get angry because onwaladi status go WhatsApp, you're just like, I hate my marriage, I hate, you know. And yeah, guys, communication is very important. The manner of how you address people is important. The manner of how you carry yourself is important. And then there comes the relationship with your fellow sisters-in-law, the ones that you got married into the same family with. I feel like um this one is a bit it's a bit difficult for me to talk on about, because I feel like everyone needs to learn. We need to learn one another, you know. I can't just get into the family, let's say kwena makoti omogolo, and then there are rumors about how you behave, and now I'm just like, no, I don't even want to know her, you know. I'm not even interested in knowing her, because people are just saying she's a bad influence, you know. I think when it comes to your fellow sisters-in-law, you need to learn them as well and make your own decisions whether you want to be close to them, because it's not a force. It's, you're not forced to be close with your sisters-in-law. And I think you honestly just need to make a decision on your own and be like, do I really want to have a relationship with them, or do I really want them to be distant from me, you know. But I feel like once you do that, now remember, you're in one family and your kids are basically brother and sister, so now you're ruining the relationship that your kids are going to have. And for me, guys, I honestly have an issue with people that will punish kids because of things that happened 1 million years ago. Like, why are we involving our kids in all of that? So I feel even if you don't get too close to them, you need to do it for your kids to grow up knowing one another and knowing that they are family, you know. And yeah, guys, if all these things are just working out the way that you feel you don't like, you can always call a person at a corner, talk to them, and just address these things and be like, this you did, I did not like. Let's iron it out and just be adults and let's move on. You know, it's not nice to always have grudges. Communication is important in relationships, and it really, really helps avoid unnecessary fights. That's basically what I wanted to share with you guys this Sunday. Please let me know the kind of relationship that you have, whether it's with your mother-in-law or with your fellow sisters-in-law, and let's have a conversation in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I will see you guys again in my next episode next Sunday. For now, it's clink fishes, you know, ojos. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.